I'm just going to move on to the next part of our presentation, which is on the Law BCL programme. And I might just check if my colleague Dr. Brian Tobin is going to be presenting this slide. Brian is a lecturer in the School of Law, and Brian's research interests lie in family and child law, and he has contributed to the policy development in donor-assisted human reproduction and surrogacy. And I will now pass you over to Brian. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Hi everyone. As Conor said earlier, the BCL is our core law degree programme. It's sometimes referred to as a pure law degree, in that, unlike our other wonderful options, you simply study law within the BCL degree. There's no business or taxation. So for those of you who might just want to study law in all its wonderful aspects, the BCL might just be the degree for you. So I'll just briefly give you an insight into what you do during your four-year BCL degree. I'll try not to overlap with what Conor said already. It is, as I said, a full law degree. It covers all the modules required for the solicitor and barrister entrance exams that you might want to pursue after your degree. There is the option to study a language on the BCL degree. The options are legal French, legal German, or legal Irish. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of an insight into the first year of the degree, because if you're thinking of joining us, I kind of want to show you what the first year experience might be like for a BCL student. So next slide, please, Lisa. So in first year, there'll be a real emphasis on developing the skills you will require as potential future lawyers. We'll be focusing on your written and oral presentation skills and your advocacy skills. And we'll be training you how to carry out legal research, as Conor said earlier, how to read case law and extract the information you need from the case law. But also in first year, you'll do your core modules. You'll do this legal skills module I've just spoken about, and then you have the option. So you can choose either to do one of our wonderful language options. As I said, there's French, German, and Irish. Or for those students who don't choose a language, they must do family law with myself. So you'll be pleased to know you'll join me for that one. And family law is something students tend to enjoy immensely. Just to give you an idea of what we do in the year-long family law course, so you'll be with me from September to April. We'll be looking at many topics such as marriage equality. We'll be looking at the recent slight liberalisation of Ireland's divorce laws. We'll spend a lot of time on children's rights, where we'll look at more modern family forms, such as children conceived via donor conception, or children born to surrogate mothers and parented by other persons. So very topical issues that are in the news a lot lately as well. So that's a module I think you'll enjoy if you do come to join us in first year and beyond. But moving beyond perhaps the first year experience then, we might go to the next slide, please, Lisa. In the following years, you'll continue in year two, for example, you'll continue with your core modules, legal skills module, and another optional module in second year. As Conor said, I don't want to repeat too much of that, but in year three, you'll have the option of either a work placement with our wonderful work placement partners, or you'll have the option of studying abroad. Studying abroad being particularly important for the students who choose a language, of course. And we have wonderful partner institutions for studying abroad in the EU, Canada, the US, and even as far as China. So in final year then, Conor mentioned earlier the specialist streams that you can choose in final year should you choose to do so, or you can just remain as you are and pick and choose your modules. But when you complete your degree, I just want to speak a little bit about where you can go thereafter. It's often a big question at open days. So you can, if you wish to become a solicitor, you can sit the FE1 entrance examinations for the Law Society, and you must pass the entrance examination in 8 subjects. All of those subjects are covered in the BCL degree, so you'll have studied them already. You'll be just brushing up really to sit these exams. Students usually secure an apprenticeship, which can be good, because if you secure an apprenticeship with a law firm, they'll usually fund your time at Blackhall Place, which is where you will go to attend and pass the Law Society examinations. And when you qualify as a solicitor, you are, of course, entered on the roll of solicitors. Some students choose the option of a career as a barrister. And again, you must sit the King's Inns entrance examination in 5 subjects. Again, all of these will be covered in the BCL degree. You'll take the King's Inns Barrister at Law degree, a 1-year degree, and ultimately be called to the Irish Bar. So those are your career options within law. But as the next slide shows, there are career options outside of law. And not all of you will choose to practice as a solicitor or a barrister, or some of you might delay that option. So what a lot of students now do is they spend time as a paralegal, okay, or in other roles before pursuing the law options. But the knowledge you'll gain in your degree, and especially the skills you'll gain within the law degree, will ensure your employability in many other areas. For many years before becoming the program director of the BCL program, I served as director of student career development. So I tend to know where our graduates go and what they're interested in. People go into all sorts of fields other than law. There's banking, journalism, research, marketing, compliance, online compliance. In fact, we have a lot of graduates working for Twitter, Google. People go into client outreach roles. So there are a whole host of options, which again, I can discuss with you along the way as you're pursuing the degree. I suppose just one final thing I might mention. I'm not sure if there is another slide, Lisa, for the BCL. Can't remember if there are 3 or 4. That's it. Okay, well, I'll just talk for a moment. So one final thing I would mention is that with the BCL degree, students can also go on to further study, and we haven't really discussed much of that yet. So we have BCL graduates going on to be accepted in institutions like Oxford, Cambridge, London School of Economics. That is an option for you as well. To just point out that the points in 2020 were 499. The intake is small, so there are 50 usually on our intake, which is quite a nice number, smallish class, and you can get to hopefully know all of your peers. I think I'll leave it there. Thank you, Lisa.